Welcome to this video on mobile computing. In today's digital world, staying connected anytime, anywhere, has become a necessity. But how is that possible? The answer lies in the power of mobile computing. In this chapter you will learn about definition and importance of mobile computing, user mobility and device mobility, features of mobile communication, role of mobile devices in modern computing. Mobile computing has revolutionized how we communicate and access information by enabling mobility and connectivity. This chapter introduces the core concepts of mobile computing, its significance, and the role mobile devices play in modern-day communication networks. Definition and importance of mobile computing. Mobile computing refers to using devices wirelessly, allowing users to access data and services anytime, anywhere. It enables real-time communication, data exchange, and seamless mobility across diverse networks and devices, making it an essential component of the digital age. Importance 1. Anywhere, anytime connectivity ensures that users stay connected regardless of location. 2. Enhance productivity enables professionals to work and communicate on the go. 3. Application in various fields used in healthcare, education, banking, and entertainment. To user mobility and device mobility. User mobility refers to the ability of users to move freely while maintaining seamless network connectivity. It focuses on the flexibility to access services without interruption, regardless of the location. Device mobility involves the physical movement of devices across different networks. It ensures the device remains connected while transitioning between various network environments, allowing continuous service availability. Features of mobile communication. Scalability. Mobile systems can expand to support a growing number of users and devices without compromising performance. Network management. Advanced tools and protocols ensure efficient operation, security, and quality of service in mobile networks. Role-based access control. Security protocols ensure that users and devices have specific access privileges based on their roles. Indoor and outdoor coverage. Mobile communication systems offer robust coverage in various settings, ensuring continuous connectivity. Mobile device management. Mechanisms like roaming and redundancy ensure that devices can move seamlessly between networks. The role of mobile devices in modern computing. Mobile devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptops have become integral to personal and professional life. They enable users to access information in real time, perform remote work, engage in mobile banking, e-commerce, and online learning, communicate via voice, text, and video across different platforms, interact with various cloud-based services for data storage and processing. Multiplexing in mobile networks. In this, you will learn about Introduction to Multiplexing, Frequency Division Multiplexing, FDM, Time Division Multiplexing, TDM, Wavelength Division Multiplexing, WDM, Comparison of multiplexing techniques. Mobile networks are designed to handle multiple communication signals simultaneously. However, sending multiple signals through the same channel without proper management can lead to interference and degraded performance. Multiplexing is the solution to this challenge. It is a method used to combine multiple signals and send them over a single channel, optimizing available bandwidth. This chapter delves into the different types of multiplexing techniques, including frequency division multiplexing, FDM, time division multiplexing, TDM, and wavelength division multiplexing, WDM. Each of these techniques is crucial for improving mobile networks' efficiency, scalability, and performance. By the end of this chapter, students will understand how multiplexing techniques are applied in mobile communication systems, how they differ, and the benefits and challenges associated with each method. An introduction to multiplexing. Multiplexing is a fundamental technology in telecommunications that allows for the simultaneous transmission of multiple signals over a single communication medium, such as a cable or radio frequency. By combining multiple signals and transmitting them together, multiplexing ensures that the available bandwidth of a communication channel is used efficiently. Each signal is separated at the receiving end through demultiplexing. Key points about multiplexing: A. Maximizes resource utilization. Rather than dedicating an entire channel to a single signal, multiplexing allows many signals to share the same channel. B. Minimizes the need for additional infrastructure. Since multiple signals share the same medium, the requirement for additional physical communication channels is reduced. C. Supports multiple users. Multiplexing techniques are essential in mobile networks where many users communicate simultaneously. D. Multiplexing is categorized into different types based on how the signals are combined and transmitted, each with its applications and advantages in mobile networks. E. Frequency division multiplexing, FDM. Time division multiplexing, TDM. Frequency division multiplexing, FDM, is one of the most basic and widely used multiplexing techniques. It works by dividing a communication medium's available bandwidth into smaller frequency bands. Each signal is then transmitted on a unique frequency within these bands. Key aspects of FDM: how it works. In FDM, multiple signals are transmitted at different frequencies. Each signal occupies a different portion of the total bandwidth, ensuring they do not interfere. Advantages: A. Ideal for continuous signals, such as analog signals in radio or television transmission. B. Simple to implement for analog communication. 2. Disadvantages: A. FDM is susceptible to intermediation interference, where closely spaced frequencies can overlap and cause interference. B. It is not bandwidth efficient when multiple users with varying data transmission rates are present. 3. Applications. A. Traditional radio broadcasting uses FDM to send radio stations at different frequencies. B. Television broadcasting applies FDM to transmit different TV channels over the same transmission medium. In mobile communication, FDM is used in systems where each communication channel is assigned a unique frequency. For example, in early analog cellular systems, FDM played a critical role. Wavelength division multiplexing, WDM, time division multiplexing, TDM, operates by dividing the transmission time into intervals or slots. Each signal is allocated a time slot within which it can send data. When the allocated time slot is finished, the system switches to the next signal in the sequence. Types of TDM. A. Synchronous TDM. In this type, each signal gets a fixed time slot in each cycle, whether or not the signal has data to send. This method can lead to wasted bandwidth if one or more signals do not use their allocated time slots. B. Asynchronous TDM, also called statistical TDM. This method allocates time slots based on demand. If a signal does not have data to transmit, its slot can be assigned to another signal. This method is more bandwidth efficient compared to synchronous TDM. Advantages. A. TDM is highly efficient for digital signals, especially when combined with data compression techniques. B. It ensures that each signal gets a dedicated period for transmission, minimizing interference. Disadvantages. A. Time synchronization is critical, as delays or mismatches in timing can cause data loss. B. In high-traffic situations, latency can increase as the system processes multiple signals in sequence. Applications. A. TDM is extensively used in digital telephony, where multiple voice signals are multiplexed onto a single communication channel. B. Cellular networks use TDM in various forms, particularly in second generation, 2G, mobile communication systems.